Hey guys, sorry for extra noise you hear in the house. Kids are out. They were folding laundry. I'm not sure what they're doing right now. Mark is outside working. I've been trying to put away that hamburger. If you watched the grocery haul yesterday, I got 50 pounds of hamburger on sale for $1.99 a pound. And so 4 of the pounds have been made into meatballs. This will be 4 meals for our family. We try to limit our meat to a pound at a meal, unless we're having a special meal. That's extra meat heavy. Oh, will you tear in paper? Also, I put 16 pounds of meat ready for the freezer in the original packaging, in that paper bag you see. I took 2 pieces of foil, crimped the edges together along one long side, put the package inside and folded it up in the foil to prevent freezer burn. Those 4 packages are now stacked on top of each other, so we now have 16 pounds of meat ready for the freezer that will just be raw meat. There are 4 pounds behind Virginia on the stove that was just cooked with some onion and salt and pepper. That is going in a taco dish that I'm making for tomorrow, and I will show you later as I put together the rest of that taco dish. And for lunch, I'm taking out a package of meat, and we'll have a very meat-heavy meal today, as we haven't had burgers in a while. So I'm going to make burgers, and out of the 4-pound package, I will make 2 meals worth of burgers. So 2 pounds of meat just for a meal today for lunch. So that will get us through about half of the meat that I got yesterday at the store. Just wanted to give you an update. We will combine this with more video to show you what we're doing with the rest of the hamburgers. So, see you at the next installment of this one. Hey guys, welcome back. We were talking about the food we were making earlier in the day, so I want to show you what we were doing. So, I made hamburgers at lunchtime, and these were hamburger, just raw meat shaped into hamburgers. We put them out on a cookie sheet and put them in the freezer for a couple hours to freeze, and now that they're frozen, I've put them in a bag which can go into the freezer and be used for another meal. These were the meatballs that I had made that you saw me rolling or sitting with earlier. I don't know. I made them. I made 4 pounds of meat. Each pound of meat got made into 20 meatballs. So that is 1 meal's worth for our family. So again, I rolled the meatballs. I put them into baking sheets, baked them, laid them out on a cookie sheet, and these again were frozen so that I can take these out of the freezer and put them directly into spaghetti sauce and have a quick meal. So I'm going to put 20 per bag. So right now that's 10, 12, 14, 16. So you can do this for whatever size. Actually, I'm going to put 2 batches per bag, and I will just count them out when I do it. But you can do whatever size is right for your family. Each family is going to need a different amount. Some people in my family really like meatballs, some don't. 15, 16, 15, 20. I think I counted that right. So what I will do is I will make, probably how I will do these, is I will make spaghetti sauce earlier in the day in my crock pot. I will explain that in a different video. But let the sauce cook all day, and then around 1 or 2 in the afternoon, throw in meatballs and let them finish cooking in that. These were baked in the oven until they were cooked all the way through. So there should, it's cooked meat, not raw meat. So it needs to just get warm, hot in the crock pot. It doesn't have to cook in the crock pot. So this is my other batch of meatballs, as you can see. Just trying to get that one apart, but it's okay. So when I do this, I'll put half of this bag into the crock pot, and that will be a quick meal. So this is 4 meals for our family. Here's another meal for our family. I'm going to step to the sink so I can wash my hands real quick from that fatty meat. We're not scared of fat in this family. It was 80% ground beef. So then I had said that I was cooking black beans. We've got 2 different things we're going to tomorrow. My family's going to do the same thing at both events because it was easier for me to just make 2 crock pots of it. But these black beans went into the crock pot this morning with water covering them. So dried black beans with water covering them. I don't know exactly how much I put in because it was a 50-pound bag of beans that I had bought. And so I just eyeballed it to how many fit in the crock pot. If I had a number, I would tell you. But then I covered them with water, and I let them cook on high. Started them on high, and then let them cook on low for the rest of the day until they were tender to eat. So now we're going to make a taco dish. I'm going to serve with tortilla chips at the 2 different events we're going to tomorrow. So I'm going to put a bag and a half of corn in each crock pot. This is frozen corn. This happens to be a 14.4 ounce bag. I'd use the 60 ounce bag if I had it. I'm also adding, I had gotten number 10 cans of green chilies, and I can't use a number 10 can of green chilies in a timely fashion. So I had taken it and frozen them. So I am now putting 2 of these smaller bags of green chilies into each crock pot. We do this a lot of freezing small portions of things to either add to a different meal. I know we're a large family and it doesn't seem like we'd have small portions of stuff that would make sense, but we add things to soup, we add things to stews, casseroles. So if I have a couple onions left from something, I will put the onions in there. I'm going to add 2 bags of the green chilies to this crock pot. And when I stir these up, I can already tell that I'm going to have to take some of the black beans and corn out because it's not going to fit in here. Everything I'm putting in here is thoroughly cooked, so there's no contamination between cooked and uncooked things. Mark, behind you, could you grab me a yogurt container? So this is how I do a lot of my crock pot dump meals, is I do not thoroughly measure. So I can tell these are going to be too full, so I'm going to take some of the stuff out of the crock pot to make sure I can fit in some meat that I have too. So, grabbing the meat out of the fridge, not out of that fridge, one of the girls put it away. We currently have 2 fridges in our kitchen. The small apartment size fridge is kind of our backup fridge. So we went to Shaw's the other day and bought 50 pounds of meat, and I needed a place to keep it for a couple days while I'm trying to make meals for the freezer. So it is on right now, and I forgot what was being stored in it. So this meat was cooked up earlier with onions, and that is all that is in it. A little salt and pepper. And so this crock pot is going to feed people at church tomorrow. So, like I said, I made the black beans all day. The beans are still warm, so I'm just hoping it's going to melt the chilies enough to not be frozen. We will throw these in the fridge overnight, take the cold crock pot to church tomorrow, which is a 2-hour drive, plug it in there, and let it get hot for the 2 hours that we're waiting at church. And I will take some cheese to top it. So that's just an easy meal you can throw into the crock pot. I'm going to add a little bit of taco seasoning while I'm thinking about it, because I wanted to mention, and of course I don't have it up here. So this was the taco seasoning that I had mentioned in a previous video. We also have now gotten one of the big ones from Sam's Club that I will be using in other videos. And the big ones at Sam's Club, because when I bought this, I wasn't sure the price of the big ones. The big one was under $6 for one that's probably 4 times as much food as this one. So it's definitely a better deal. But I'm just going to add, again, eyeballing taco seasoning to the crock pot. And this will get mixed up and put on high and served in bowls at church tomorrow with some tortilla chips and some cheese on the top. So that is what we did with some of the 50 pounds of meat. I will be putting any leftovers away into freezer portions for my family to just eat on top of rice with cheese, salsa, and sour cream. So I hope that gives you some ideas of things you can do with hamburger.